Now, friend Raynor, you must see the Overmind's vision of the future. The end of my people, and of all things. This is our fate, should Kerrigan die.
And on that cheerful note, hello everybody and welcome back. I said hello, just for any of you who thought I said something different. Hello everybody and welcome back to my Let's Play of Starcraft 2 Wings of Liberty. I am your host, Iron Squire. We're going to be doing In Utter Darkness today. This is the final Zeratul mission, and after this we're just going to be finishing up the main campaign. No, I just want to say a few things. I haven't actually played Starcraft in about a month and a half, because I've just been playing things like Fallout and ignoring that guy. I've just been playing things like Fallout and just more things like Minecraft, and Left 4 Dead. So I apologize if I'm a little rusty, but I shouldn't be too rusty, because I find that I just go right into it after a while. But without further ado, let us do this.
I don't think I want to see any vision of the Overminds. But if Kerrigan's involved, I need to know.
On a distant, shadowed world, the Protoss will make their final stand. Their heroes will gather. Their forces will be marshaled, and they will die bravely. But still, they will die. And my Zerg will be slaves to the hybrid. All will bow before the power of the Fallen One.
Now let me tell you, this mission is awesome. When I first played it, it blew my mind, blew my face right off. It was so amazing, it's so fun. Now it is difficult, let me tell you, it's a hard mission. It's not the hardest mission in the game, but I still think it's a pretty hard one. And it's amazing. Yeah, and then what the Overmind was saying there is actually pretty important, even though this is technically... This is something that could happen. Because I think I've gotten far enough to where we're either going to kill Kerrigan or she's going to live. And you guys have probably all seen Heart of the Swarm, otherwise known as HOTS. And, you guys have probably seen enough to know that Kerrigan's either going to live or die. So, this is what happens if she dies. Now, this is a theoretical universe. This is not necessarily canon, but it is in the sense that it could have happened and that it's in the game. So, I'll get into it after we watch this intro cutscene.
Protoss brethren, heed me. The last twilight has fallen. The galaxy burns around us. The Terrans have been consumed. We are all that stands against the shadow. But if we are to meet our end this day, then we will do so as one. Entaro Tassadar!
Sorry to interrupt the epic, but I just want to lower this down to 23. Alright, first thing you're going to want to do, start hotkeying. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this area and this area is my screen hotkeys, set them as 4, and what you want to do is, though you start out with a decent amount of probes, you want to begin building probes, you know, you wish you... Uh-oh.
Great One, the vault is prepared. Guard us while we preserve our knowledge for those that may follow. They must not make the mistakes we did.
I'll get to that in a minute. What I'm saying is, start building immediately. You start with a decent amount of resources. Just start building gateways because you're going to need the units. Don't necessarily worry about things such as... Oops, hold on. Don't necessarily worry about things such as minerals, because that'll come eventually. just for now worry about...
I have rallied the last of our great fleet.
Your timing is impeccable, Admiral Varun. When the enemy takes to the air, we will need your support.
Alright, now that that's over with, I apologize for all that. For all of that, I assure you will not be going on the entire time. Oops. Okay, so you... Okay, so now this is going to be happening periodically.
The Zerg perform their function as I planned. My hybrid are proof of this. Now, the last of the Protoss will fulfill their function in death.
Gosh dang it, I lost my train of thought. But don't worry necessarily about things like how many minerals you still have. That'll become important later. What you want to start doing is just building up production centers, because there will come times when you get overrun, and having... Oh, that's like amazing, and you're just good enough at this game to where you'll never be overrun, but that's beside the point. I guarantee that I'll be overrun at some point. But basically what you want to be able to do is replenish your soldiers almost instantaneously, because it's going to end up becoming pretty bad. And also, do not walk over here. It's basically instant death if you do. Basically. Now, there are a few exceptions. I mean, I think that early on it's okay, but it's still basically instant death, you know what I mean?
The Zerg are swarming at our flanks. We have to react quickly or our perimeter defenses will fall.
Okay. Now, he brings up an important point there. The Zerg are going to be attacking from not only here or here, they'll also attack from up top as well. Or actually, I didn't realize that I kind of said that in a weird order, but you understand what I mean. They're going to attack from everywhere, and it's going to be hard to fight off.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Let's bring them over here. Now, you want to be careful with the great heroes, because I don't believe there's an achievement for keeping them all alive until like the last part. But if you do lose one, a message will be sent out saying that they died. So I mean, it's kind of cool to keep them alive. And also, these are not the only great heroes that we're going to be getting. And like Urun or Urun, something like that. He's considered a great hero. And great heroes will always come with a fleet or group of whatever the heck their kind is. Like, he came with a fleet of phoenixes. Now, what you want to be doing at the beginning of this is... How do I explain this? First, you want to be getting upgrades constantly, because upgrades are going to be actually extremely key. And I really should throw down another cybernetics core. Get there in a minute. Now, micromanagement is especially key in this level. However, it's not the most important thing in the world. The most important amount of micromanagement, though, is Graviton Beam with the Phoenixes, at least in the early part of it. Because a well-managed group of Phoenixes can lift a lot of units, and even if they're not dealing damage, all of them lift up units, those are still not units that are in the fight. You know what I mean? Alright, we're gonna throw in a robotics bay just in case. Now, I'm always wary of putting Colossus into a control group like that, because... see if I can actually figure out how to wrap my mind around that. I'm always worried about doing that because what will end up happening is they'll actually stand in the middle like they're doing here, and then they're easier to attack. However, we should be okay.
All shall be remade in my name. Behold, my greatest creation.
We'll erase.
Hybrids! They are not nice. No matter what ends up happening, they are not nice. Let's see, are they massive? No, they're not, so they can be lifted up. And I recommend that you do so. Because those that aren't lifted up are going to be easy targets for your remaining soldiers. And those that are lifted up are going to be easy targets for everything that's lifted up and for any remaining Phoenixes. And at first, this won't be the hardest thing in the world. However, it will eventually get pretty darn difficult. Now, this archive, what ends up happening is that is...
I'm detecting a large amount of Zerg activity in their hive clusters. Prepare for an assault.
It's actually pretty helpful news.
Complacency threatens.
Alright. I lost my train of thought. I'm just gonna kind of... Oh yeah, I was talking about the archive. What the archive is what's basically going to be ending up happening is the Protoss made mistakes, and as you heard, and they want to make sure that no one else makes the same mistakes that they did, so they're preserving all their memories and everything that they know within the archive. And so it's your job, and it's a bonus objective, to keep the archive alive for 20 minutes. And you may be thinking, oh, that's easy, it's just 20 minutes. It's difficult, trust me, it's pretty difficult.